Get up a lot more shots, try to carry this team to a win like he did in that game. The other thing I'd expect to see is a lot of three-point shooting. Philadelphia was 19 for 39 in that Game 2 win, and shot making is really correlated to how the 76ers have played in these playoffs. Not that that's a huge surprise, but in the games that they've hit shots, Malika, they are 4-1, and they've been competitive. In the 3 games they have not hit shots, including Game 1 of this series the other night against the Knicks, they have gotten blown out of the gym. So for any chance the Sixers want to have to make this game tonight at the Garden competitive, they've got to make shots and stay in it, and that starts with getting Tyrese Maxey going, with Joel Embiid sitting on the bench.
Yeah, when you say make shots, immediately my mind goes to Tyrese Maxey, but that's interesting to watch for a Dembona in the starting lineup here tonight. Tim Bontemps, we always appreciate the time. And so without Joel Embiid, this isn't really surprising, right? The 76ers 11 games above 500 with Joel this season, 3 games under in the games that they were without their big man. And in the last regular season game against the Knicks without Embiid, the Sixers, they lost by 49 points at home. However, that was the Cancun game, right? It's the one right before All-Star break, or Galveston, depending on, you know, who you are and where you're going.
Galveston, deep cut. Now you're in my neck of the woods.
That's a bummer. Shout out, Chuck.
I actually like Galveston.
You and Chuck debate. It must happen over Galveston, Texas. But that's a conversation for another day. The conversation here is about the 76ers. And this is a bummer. Everyone, we want to see them healthy. But is it Tyrese Maxey that's going to need to step up today?
Yeah, once again, I see this being a point guard battle, especially coming off of Jalen Brunson's big performance. You know the saying, Perk has your uppercut. You know, styles make fights, and both of these point guards play a different style. Jalen Brunson won Game 1 by playing physical. Game 2, Tyrese Maxey, he can have the advantage because his speed kills. Tyrese Maxey actually traveled at the fastest average speed in the NBA.
Oh, wow.
So he can use that to his advantage, and so he can force Jalen Brunson to be on his heels with the attack. I know sometimes people question his defense. Well, force the issue here using your speed if you're Tyrese Maxey. So that's your advantage. He did not play to it in Game 1. Expect for him to do so in Game 2.
You got to take it personal. Which point period, point blank, whatever y'all be saying, he got to take it personal. Tyrese Maxey, because it's real talk, it's not just about what Jalen Brunson did in Game 1. It's about what he's been doing to them over the past 2 seasons in the playoffs. 5 consecutive games of 35-plus points. Tying Michael Jordan for longest streak against the Philadelphia 76ers. That don't make no sense. At some point, you got to man up and go toe-to-toe. Mano y mano. That's what all greats do. Jalen Brunson is too comfortable with anything dealing with the Philadelphia 76ers. Cheesecakes, cheesesteaks, or whatever it is, he's comfortable in. He's comfortable with it. At some point, Tyrese Maxey got to say, "Now, dog, I'm about to look you in your eyes, and you're going to smell my cologne. Issey Miyake or Bond number 9, whichever one it is, but you're going to smell my cologne tonight."
Which one do you wear, Brian?
I want a cheesesteak for lunch. I know it's so, you know, you want to, because Embiid's such a powerhouse on offense, you think when he goes away, you think about offense. But I'm telling you, the defense is where this game is going to be changing tonight. Because they're not going to put him in the pick and roll the way they did in the first. I think they went 25 or 27 pick and roll with him. That was what Jalen Brunson did. When you watch the Jalen Brunson or OG Anunoby highlights, and by the way, OG Anunoby is killing it in this postseason. He's shooting like 70%. When you watch the highlights, you're going to see on the other end is it was Embiid sitting back there. They're going to be able to play more aggressive defense tonight because they got to knock down that 3-point shooting percentage for OG Anunoby. They cannot let him keep shooting that way. Brunson is shooting 63% the last 3 games. The pathway for the Sixers to pull this off is to keep the offense from the Knicks under control.
That's hard. That's hard. I mean, what they've been averaging about 120, 125
Mind you, the Knicks have
over
been
the
holding
last
their
4
opponents
games.
under
We're
100.
talking a lot about the 76ers, but the New York Knicks have been so impressive lately.
Yeah, that's the difference with Mike Brown. The defense is where they've really embraced the basketball. And, you know, again, holding their opponents to under 100, that's a testament to what they've done with the buy-in. And then on the other side, I'm fully expecting a cat game. And that's the difference. Like, there's like this camaraderie that's finally back for the New York Knicks.
Real quick.
Brunson had Game 1. I think Cat is going to have Game 2.
I don't know if we're going to get big points because like Mike Brown adjusted his offense, stole a little bit from Golden State, so we were watching Cat do that point center, and he's enjoying.
But he did that with
triple doubles are fine
too, and that was a question.
Welcome to NBA Today, presented by Haagen-Dazs.
A happy Wednesday. We begin our Show us some breaking news out of Philadelphia. Joel Embiid, he's been ruled out already for Game 2 of the Eastern Conference semifinals. That's tonight against the Knicks. He has some right hip soreness that's bugging him and a right ankle sprain as well. So big news here, and that means we bring in Big Shams. Shams Charania, our senior insider, is with us. What exactly led to Philly's decision, Shams, to rule out Joel Embiid, especially so early in the day here?
Like, I'm told Joel Embiid woke up with increased soreness and pain in his hip and ankle, and he ended up having additional treatment as the morning went on, spent the majority of the morning on the training table, was not able to participate in shoot-around. But when that ankle and that hip just was not responding to treatment and additional aspects that he worked with the medical staff, the Sixers were the ones to make the decision to rule him out tonight against the Knicks in Game 2 in New York. They are the ones that stepped in and essentially have kept him out. We know Joel Embiid loves to play and has tried to play through different ailments over the course of time. But now Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe, Paul George will play on without him in Game 2. His status uncertain moving forward.
All right, so we certainly know the Sixers team has experience without Joel Embiid, but they are without him here for this Game 2. Shams, thank you so very much for that insight as we welcome you inside our Los Angeles studio. NBA champ Kendrick Perkins, former #1 pick Chiney Ogwumike, the best in the business, Brian Windhorst. Perk,
Wait, no. And we have Dr. Malik.
Oh, yeah, doctor.
What up, Doc? That's why I'm wearing the pilot purple today.
We're not going to gloss past that. Yes.
Well,
Where's your hood?
Where's the cap?
Dr. Andrews for the rest of the show. However, not the kind of doctor that can diagnose what is going on with Joel Embiid here. Do not trust me with that sort of medical advice. But Perk, big man to big man, what do you think the Sixers' chances are? No Joel Embiid in this game, too.
No chance. You say
Really?
No chance. You see the way the Knicks been playing basketball over the last 4 games, offensively and defensively? They need Joel Embiid. And I'm to the point now where it's not just unfortunate if you're a 76er fan. It's frustrating. It's very, very frustrating. And I'm to the point now because Anthony Edwards has set the bar and the standard.
Oh, that was
No.
That was amazing.
It was. I don't want to hear about doctors and the team holding you out because the doctors and teams, they couldn't hold Anthony Edwards out. Anthony Edwards went in there and put his foot down and said, I'm going to play. I'm going to be available. I get it. Joel Embiid, right, his history is long when it comes to his injuries, but damn it, man. This is so much of a disappointment. Like, it really is. Look, different year, same story.
Yeah. Completely agree. It is a different year. It is the same story. And the crazy thing is that they gave us hope with how they performed versus the Boston Celtics in Game 7. You felt like he was so close. This team was so close to actually being right at the right time. For Joel Embiid, I mean, it's a different circumstance than Anthony Edwards. Joel has a CVS long receipt of nicks and knacks and issues and surgeries, and the latest being the appendectomy that he dealt with. But I am the most optimistic, probably, human here at ESPN.
Yes.
And I don't see a chance, a path forward without Joel Embiid for the Sixers to advance the way that the Knicks are playing. And also, if I'm Karl Anthony Towns, Wendy, I'm like, oh, I am salivating. Now it's my turn. We saw in Game 1 Jalen Brunson do his thing. This is the first time we're seeing the Knicks be unselfish. They dive on the floor for loose balls. Mike Brown said that after the game. I think of Game 1, he's like, we're getting that type of effort regardless of whether we win or lose. We don't know what the possession's going to look like. And now you have Cat who can go and say, like, okay, now you go do bad. He's fully capable of it.
From probable to out on a playoff day. Damn. In the annals of Joel Embiid injury history, of which there's a lot, this is another chapter. Probable to out. And you know what? We just showed all those.
Oh, goodness. I'm sorry, Wendy. I'm sorry.
He loves us.
I'm sorry. You weren't scheduled to be. Oh, why? Because Joel's out. Now you're all excited.
I'm so sad for Joel Embiid tonight. We wish him well. We are looking forward to him coming back. But I feel bad for the Sixers tonight. New York, stand up, girl. New York, stand up.
I'm going to tell you something, though, Stephen A. When Jalen Brunson was coming off those screens and Embiid was in that drop coverage and he was getting all those free shots, that's not going to be there tonight. They're going to be able to change their defense, and Brunson's not going to have as much space.
They don't need it. It doesn't matter. They're going down 0-2. Brunson's going to drop. It's going to be about 30 tonight. Karl Anthony Towns, he's going to have another triple-double. OG going to come down a little bit. Going to have about 20. I know he had 17 the other night, but it's going to be, 20, whatever. Let's make sure we keep Mikal Bridges flowing. That's very, very important. We don't need him going into another stupid. We don't need that experience again, damn it. 6 picks, 4 unprotected. Remember, I keep saying that. Live up to it. Bottom line is this. We go up 2-0 tonight. We go back to the city of brotherly love, show them no love whatsoever. Embiid will try to be ready. They win 1 or 2. We come back to the Garden for game 5.
This is what the Knicks do.
And it's over.
Just when you think the Knicks got, this is what happens. So this is a trap. This is a certified trap right now. You are personifying the Knicks fan.
No, but look, I have to agree with Stephen A. because it's not just the game 1. It's what we've witnessed over the last 4 games. Defensively and offensively, they're clicking on all cylinders. And at some point, y'all know how I feel about Tyrese Maxey. Hey, man, at some point, you got to put your foot down. All this Jalen Brunson.
But I will say, Perk, the last time Joel Embiid was out in a game 2, when they got absolutely smacked in a game 1, everyone else stepped up,
and to the tune of Maxey, 29 points, Edge come 30. That was game 2 versus Celtics where they
I just
won.
want to state for the record, this is y'all's show. And since I just strolled in uninvited, like I do, I want y'all to know you are more than welcome to do that anytime. If you're willing to wake up in the morning and do it on first take, I will not turn you away. You can bust right in, Malika, anytime you want to.
Yeah,
anytime I want to be up at 6 a.m.
That's right, just like I'm doing on the show.
When he and Skip are over there.
There we go.
See what happens. See what happens. You try to walk on.
I'm not going to. This is Malika Andrew, but I'm not going to stop.
Doctor.
I'm not going to stop
Dr.
that.
Andrew.
You understand? Doctor, excuse me. I'm sorry.
After this weekend, Stephen A. That is true. All right, you get on out of here. We're going to get to the Lakers in Oklahoma City.
We have been. This is not a trap. They're going to come out of the East.
All right, let's get to Oklahoma City on that note. That's where LeBron and the Lakers, they ran into a bit of a thunderstorm here against Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Chet Holmgren. So here is how this one looked. Here's how it went down here. We're talking about stage 1 of this for OKC. It's all about Chet Holmgren, Sinead.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of people really were like, okay, without J-Dub, how is this team going to step up? Well, we know they're deep, but when you get production from Chet Holmgren like this, who had 18 points in the first half, he averaged 17 in the first round series versus Suns. This team, they're deeper than what, Perk?
The Pacific Ocean.
Thank you.
And how deep is the Pacific Ocean? One day we're going to Google it. All right. And then there was the getting out of double teams here for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. There were some Thunder turnovers, but OKC shot 8 of 13, including 3 of 4 from long range when Shai was doubled. So here's Shai when he was asked about adapting to those looks.
As the game goes on, like, you understand more so like how they're rotating around it, and like what we like spacing we can have behind it to give ourselves the best opportunity to have an advantage. My teammates on the back end playing 4-on-3 is it's what you play for. Every play starts for us to create an advantage.
And then here, Wendy, the third and final stage for OKC, because the Lakers did push them at points in this. It was finding some roles for guys like A.J. Mitchell. Nice moves here. Puts a nice little floater in the lane.
And who else?
Well, there was A.J. Mitchell. There was Jared McCain.
Back-to-back threes, baby.
They came at you.
This little thing is catching on like wildfire, his little 3-point.
Yeah, I know.
Mitchell and McCain, they combined for 30 points in their 43 minutes. OKC ran away with game 1 in the second half here. And this just in, Luka Doncic, he actually spoke with reporters today for the first time since suffering his hamstring injury.
Have you ramped up at all to running or any on-court contact stuff?
Yeah, I'm running. Right now I'm running, but I haven't done any contact. I haven't been clear yet to do any contact. Yeah, I went to Spain to do PRP, and you know, it's obviously, everybody knows that's in this, that it's one of the best countries to do that. And obviously, you know, we talked with the Lakers doctors, so everybody agreed for me to go there. Why I was in Spain so long is because I needed 4 days in between every shot. So I did it 4 times, so that's why I stay longer. It's very frustrating. I don't think people understand how frustrating it is. You know, all I want to do is play basketball, especially in this time. It's the best time to play basketball. It's very frustrating, but, you know, seeing what my team is doing, I'm very proud of them.
So it's interesting. On the one hand, you would think, okay, is Luka talking because he's getting closer to returning? But on the other hand, it doesn't really seem like he's close.
He said, and this was the first time this has been said that I'm aware of, that when the doctors saw the MRI, they said it's 8 weeks.
Right.
It's been 4 weeks-ish. So, I mean, maybe he's ahead of that timeline, but that is not somebody who looks like they're coming back in this series.
So they can't necessarily rely on the fact that they're going to get Luka Doncic back here, Perk. So in order to climb back into the series, because there's time you looked up and this was a 2-point game yesterday, what do the Lakers need to do?
Well, LeBron need help offensively. They scored 90 points. Let's be real. He talked about it post-game and talked about, yeah, we're missing Luka, obviously, but you still got Austin Reeves. And anybody seen him? Can somebody tell him that the playoffs has officially started?
So let's talk about Austin. Did you know, Perk, that Austin has never had a 25-point game in the playoffs?
No,
ever,
I didn't.
In his postseason career. The most he's had is 23.
And what's crazy is the time is now. He is auditioning. Like, I questioned during the regular season, and I asked y'all, we were up here, and I said, if you're the Lakers, do you build around Luka and Austin Reeves? Are they your future? Can those two guys get you to the promised land? I don't want to take $1 out of Austin Reeves' pocket. He had a phenomenal year. But the postseason is the time that you rise to the occasion and show what you're capable of, and he's not getting it done.
Yeah, and I also want to give a little deference to the fact that he is still working his way back from injury. But if I'm J.J. Redick and I look at the box score, I'm like, ooh, those 17 turnovers, those unforced errors that were converted for, I think, 31 points. Ooh, there's no way in hell, respectfully, that Austin Reeves is going to go 3 for 16 again. He's too good of a player to shoot that poorly. And then last but not least, you got that surprise factor from Luke Kennard and those other guys that were support. Like, it felt like you wasted a LeBron James vintage game because it's going to be hard for him to get that type of production moving forward.
Yeah, last round, the big thing was Luke Kennard, Marcus Smart, really were able to hit those shots to help out LeBron. Last night, you throw in Austin Reeves with those two guys. Guys, it's 8 of 35 with 8 turnovers for those 3 guys. And look, I'm not saying that I'm expecting them to all go out there and score 25. But if you're going to pull this upset off, you need some help from guys like that.
And they got a little help from OKC because Shea was human. Yeah. He's normally a superhero averaging 30. He only had 18 points.
But let's be real. I don't expect much out of Marcus Smart and Luka because you are going against Luke Kennard, excuse me. You are going against one of the greatest defensive teams that we've ever seen.
Sure.
But Austin Reeves, if you're him, if you're one of those guys that's going to be a maxed out guy, a franchise guy, damn it, you got to show up and show out.
But without J-Dub, that's what allowed LeBron James to get that loose, and the fact that it's LeBron James. Without J-Dub on the other side, I'm not sure that OKC has an answer for him in particular if he can just get a little bit of help. But you know what we know? That J.J. Redick, he's not going to let those guys go. You're going to hear a very quick whistle and calling it a timeout. He called so many timeouts.
And then he stomps out.
Stomps out on the court and says, "No, we're not doing this like that."
Raging.
Exactly one of those. All right, I wasn't going to say.
There you go.
Perk. All right, the Timberwolves, they found something in Game 1 that they think could change the series, but superstars, Wendy, they're defined by how they bounce back. So how is Wemby going to answer the call? Plus, the Cavaliers, they coughed up Game 1 in Detroit. Wait till you hear what James Harden had to say about his performance afterward, really keying in on those turnovers. And the Knicks, they dominated Game 1, but with no Joel Embiid for Game 2, Chiney, she's going to tell us the one player who needs to step up in his absence. Game span in the postseason in franchise history. And then Dennis with a kiss of death here.
A spark plug momentum.
I have been informed that we have been mispronouncing it. Danis.
Well, Danis it is. And when you have a play like that, gentlemen, I apologize. Here's James Harden on his performance.
Look at my turnovers, and a lot of them were just on me and nothing they did. So, and, you know, which led to you know, I don't even know how many transition points they had, but it was way too many. And, I mean, if I had to put my print on one thing on the game, that's the game right there. I mean, how many points they had in transition? Off our turnovers?
20,
there you
31.
Go. That's the game. Like, it's nothing else.
It's good to have a teammate that has your back. Checking the stat sheet there. Turnover is definitely, though, becoming a little bit of a concern here for Cleveland, right? At least 15 turnovers in their last 6 games. That's their longest streak this season and the longest in franchise postseason history. So you feel this over here, what's happening in Cavs corner? Let's just check in, a temperature check. What are you seeing from Donovan Mitchell?
Well, the last 6 games for Harden and Mitchell has been unacceptable. You know, the Cavs have lost 4 of them. And when you look at their stats, those 6 games, and by the way, the 2 that they won, they came back on. They were able to get back. But they're shooting 40%. Donovan's got 12 free throws in that 6 games. That's just not getting it done. And between them, they have 51 turnovers. Like, this is the playoffs. This is where you're supposed to make a difference. This was a tie game with 5 minutes to play,
right?
And it was the Pistons players and stars that outplayed the Cavs stars down the stretch.
Well, this happens with James Harden, right? This is the 29th game in postseason history for him where he's had more turnovers than he has field goals, Perk. But I know for you, this was about the big fella.
No, but hold on 1 second. Put him on the bench. At what point is No.
No, you know what? What? If he wasn't a Hall of Famer, he would have gotten benched. But he stuck with him, and he did play a little bit better.
It's enough of this sticking with him, right? We go come with facts over feelings. The fact of the matter is that he's turning the ball over, and he's still not that great defensively. That closing lineup that they had, especially in the backcourt around the perimeter yesterday, wasn't going to cut it. You had Max Strus, Donovan Mitchell, and James Harden. When you got Ellis, you got Jalen Tyson, you got Dennis Schroeder. One of those guys got to go to the bench, and one of those guys got to come in. At the end of the game, we saw it. Tobias Harris, Cade, they just started attacking the basket because there wasn't no force. You need perimeter defense. If I'm Kenny Atkinson, going into game 2, I'm not just going to have that level of tolerance for James Harden and his damn turnovers. What's wrong?
No, there's nothing wrong. The reason why I say is keep a cool booty before we're saying bench James Harden.
No, I said start him.
But then get other people going, because Dennis Schroeder actually came in and gave really good minutes, energetic minutes.
So did Strus.
But to me, the key here is that James Harden has to be on the floor and not turn over the ball. Because when James Harden turns over the ball, guess who has horrible games? Evan Mobley and Jared Allen. Jared Allen only had 2 points. Mobley had 14, which is solid.
Get in foul trouble.
Yeah, exactly. But in my opinion, anytime you see bad turnover games for James Harden, you can make a correlation to lack of production from their post.
Yeah, but
he has to be on the
But it shouldn't affect the other end. And the way that Jalen Duren was punking both Evan Mobley and Jared Allen is
so that's
unacceptable.
not James's fault. It's more so the post.
But again, Evan Mobley is still the most important player on this team and in this series. He's going to have to own this matchup. He's going to have to make up for that lack of perimeter defense. Didn't he just win Defensive Player of the Year 2 years ago?
Yeah.
But show it. He came into the game with 4 minutes to go. Right in the fourth quarter. He checked in, and he shot a 3 soon as he got in. And you know what Jalen Duren did? The Detroit Pistons got the rebound. He went deep-sealed Evan Mobley and turned around and snatched the screws out the rim. And I'm sitting up here saying, well, damn, bro, at what point are you going to play with some force and some damn pride?
Well, I will say this. Most players in Harden's shoes would have gotten benched by their coach. He stuck with him. Kenny Atkinson stuck with him, and he did lead an 11-0 run. But then they didn't finish.
This right here were the winning plays, because Duren, he had 11 points, 12 rebounds, I think 4 assists, but these are the plays that actually won them the game. You just saw the block on one end, and then on the other side, this is where he got the opportunities. Cade, he can drop 40, but instead what makes him great is the fact that he can drop assists in a timely nature and get his teammates going.
But also, look how easy Cade is getting to the paint. But here's
right
the deep seal right here. Just little boredom. Grown man. Wendy, this is what I'm talking about.
Kenny Atkinson put Evan Mobley in with 4 minutes left.
Yep.
After that, it went downhill. But if you're going to go down, you're going to go down with Mobley, Harden, and Mitchell. That's why they went down.
Hey, but can I like make this a little bit more positive? Are you okay?
No.
Because I want to tell you something good though.
What?
Because the big question has been who is going to step up. Duren has had good moments, right, but not consistency. When's the first time you accepted being called auntie? It was recent for me. They called Tobias Harris uncle.
Still have not.
And he has. I'm cool with being auntie. Tobias Harris is excellent right now as a number 2 option scoring. He's had 6 straight games of 20-plus points. He has not even had that in the regular season this year. He's playing his best version of basketball right now, and he has been the calming presence. You see that mid-range shot right there? That was what helped ice the game.
Shanae, as what the Pistons did and what they have learned, this is the number 1 seed that we were waiting to see rather than the turnovers of the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Completely agree. We've been waiting for Cade Cunningham to have help. Duncan Robinson had 5 threes. Tobias had 20-plus points. Jalen Duren had a huge run in the fourth quarter. This is the Pistons squad that can actually do it.
You know what happened? It was a blessing in disguise for them to go through that hard-fought 7-game series because they found themselves, right? And they developed a confidence. But we have to stop with this James Harden. He's 36 years old. He is not the guy that you just going to continue to give extending his leash. Like, no, if he's not cutting it, Put him on the bench.
All right, well, before Perk breaks the table with his Arthur
I ain't got
fist
enough
that's
money to
happening
pay for
over
it.
here, let's take a break and cool off here. Speaking of who needs to step up, who needs to in place of Joel Embiid tonight? We have the latest ahead of that crucial Game 2 against the Knicks. Plus, Game 1, it belonged to Anthony Edwards. But can Wemby and co. punch back before this series swings to
They better.
And after surviving the Garden Frenzy, did you see J.R. Smith? He got mobbed by fans outside. Well, he's going to join us.
Be careful, Swish.
Answer biggest questions in New York. And congratulations, he's a college graduate this weekend.
All right.
If we're going to see that, and now we now welcome in a Garden great, a two-time NBA champion, and you got a new title here, JR. As of this weekend, upcoming graduate from North Carolina A&T State University, J.R. Swift. Welcome to the show.
I appreciate you having me. Thank you.
Thank you
That's
so
a nice
much.
ring to it. I like the sound of that.
Future graduate. It is coming up just this weekend. You're about to walk across the stage this Saturday. But can we go back to when you enrolled in 2021? This is such a tremendous accomplishment. But what was it that made you decide you wanted to go back to school?
My fellow peer, Ray Allen, we were on a golf trip together, and I seen him running back and forth to his computer, and I was like, "Ray, what are you doing?" And he was like, "Man, I'm submitting papers and submitting my assignments." I'm like, "For what?" And he, went in this spiel of him getting his master's and how important it was for us to challenge ourselves outside of the basketball court. And continuously get better. And for myself, I took the challenge head on, and I've been loving it ever since.
But you decided not only that you were going to go back to school, you're going to be a student athlete. Once again, you were going to join the golf team. We see all the regalia that you're wearing. What made you decide that you wanted to do that?
So another golf situation. I was playing with Chris Paul's brother, CJ Paul, and they have strong ties in North Carolina. And we were playing golf, and he was like, "Man, you're pretty good. Like, why don't you go back and play college golf? You still got, obviously academic eligibility, but athletic eligibility. So why not try it out?" And I met with the golf coach, and the rest was history. It literally came up as an idea, as him joking as I hit my tee shot, and I thought he was joking, but it turned out he was dead serious. So it was a quick transition, though.
It was a quick transition, and you decided you were going to take it on. Student athlete once again. You see LeBron's picked up golf. Have you seen his swing? What do you think of that?
Yeah, we're actually in a group chat now. He keeps sending me videos talking about what he could work on in the swing. And it's funny because we were playing all those finals against the Warriors, and I was going to San Francisco Golf Club, Cow Club, playing Harding Park, all this. He would hit me. He would look at me like, "Bro, I need you to save your legs. There's no way you can go out there and play golf right now." And now I just see him play every day, and just siren going off on my phone. Just finish this round. Just finish this round. I'm just like, okay, I love it. I love it.
Oh, how the tables have turned. He gets up there in age, and he wants to decide to pick up another sport. But this really, JR, this is about you and graduating, this tremendous accomplishment. I was just at my alma mater this past weekend, and to see the faces on the kids that are graduating, it just was the best feeling. Have you thought about what you want to do with your diploma yet?
I've been thinking about it. I gave my championship rings to my dad, so I'm thinking about giving my diploma to my mom. It was my promise to her when I left high school to go to the NBA. I was going to pursue my degree, and for a long time, we didn't think it was going to actually happen. And now it's here, and I'm just happy to be able to say I fulfilled that promise to her.
I love that. I love that. And I'm sure she is so incredibly proud of you and cannot wait to watch you walk across the stage and turn the tassel this weekend. Left to right or right to left? I can't even remember which way it goes, but turn the tassel.
Oh, right to left.
Right to left. See, he's got it. And this is why he is a graduate and I am merely just up here interviewing you. JR, while I got you here, this is a big week in the NBA as well. Can we talk a little bit of hoops? Because you were at the Knicks win on Monday, right, against the 76ers. But after the game, you got knocked to the ground. What's going on?
Yeah, it was a mosh pit. Oh, man, it was a mosh pit. And, for me, I love New York. I love New York fans. I love the spirit that they have. And I was literally walking out the side door, and my hotel was to the left. And then I looked to my right, and this big ass crowd was just going crazy. And I was like, "Well, I got an option to go left or I go right." And that time I just went right. And I just try to enjoy it with the fans and let them see that I'm part of the community.
Absolutely, and feel the love, because there is nothing like walking out on 6th Avenue after a Knicks win and seeing the fans going absolutely crazy. What do you think? I mean, when you look at the Eastern Conference, there's a lot of opportunity here for the New York Knicks. Is this the year that they go back to the NBA Finals?
I think this is the best opportunity that we've had in a long time. I think we have all the pieces to the puzzle. We just gotta, everybody has to do their part, and which, I mean, they did the, game 1 against the Sixers, which I think was a tougher game than people realized for the Sixers after playing that first tough series like that in 7 games. So to come back, tonight, game 2, and show what we made of is gonna be big.
Well, you have had some amazing moments in Madison Square Garden in your career. You've had some amazing moments for the Cavaliers, who are still playing in the postseason as well. So we thought before we let you go, we wanted to run through some of our favorite plays of your career to celebrate your graduation this weekend, the awesome career that you had, and everything that's coming up. This is the top of the top. These are your highlights, brought to you by Ortho. This is the J.R. Smith mixtape. So we're going to start, JR, with some top alley-oops. We're going to go all the way back to 2010. This is Nuggets Wolves. Check out this 360.
Oh yeah, shout out to my man, Big Shot.
Making sure to get to the lob there. And then 2013, this is when you were in New York. Oh, little reverse.
Pablo, yeah. That was one of the best plays we kept from D'Antoni's offense. I love that play.
That was a good one. And against the Spurs, not too bad.
Oh, yeah.
How about some top razzle-dazzle that we got here for you? This is 2014. This is at the Garden. You dropped our friend Tristan Thompson. Did you apologize?
That's my boy, too, man. I've been knowing Tristan since he was a young kid in high school, man. That's my boy. He always tell me he stepped on somebody's foot. I don't want to hear that.
Yeah, slide to the left. Ooh, the 360, and then the lay-in. When did you know you were going up for the 360?
I didn't, honestly. I didn't know until I kind of planned it.
Driving past. Oh, up and under?
Yeah, this was a long time ago.
Yeah, but come on, you still got it. You still could do it. Let's shift over to some rim wreckers here. This is 2014. This is against the Cavs. Switched hands. Can you still get up like that?
Ironically, no, absolutely not. I can't jump over my textbook.
You said ironically what? Ooh.
Ironically, I had some good highlights against the Cavs and against the Knicks, playing for vice versa, so it kind of creeps me out still.
Ooh. Okay, poor Gary Neal, man. Wow.
That's when I really could fly. It's over. I feel like 2 years after that, my hops just dwindled.
Well, this weekend, you are going to be flying across the stage. Again, JR, congratulations. It takes so much resolve to decide that you are going to go back to school, to try something new, to put in that investment into your education. And all of us here on NBA Today, we're so excited for you. So huge congrats and thank you for the time.
Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all.
We will be seeing you soon and down the road. Soon and down the road. Appreciate it, JR.
Thank you.
Really, what an accomplishment for J.R. Smith. This weekend also, the WNBA. It begins their 30th season on Saturday afternoon on ABC and the ESPN app. Caitlin Clark, the Fever, hosting Paige Beckers, AZ Fudd, and the Wings. That's at 1 o'clock Eastern. And then the defending champs, Asia Wilson and the Aces, hosting Alyssa Thomas and the Mercury in a little finals rematch. Shanae, you ready to go to Indy?
Let's pack our bags, sis.
We're going to be there live. WNBA